Red Wunz Go Fasta, old Big Mac here, and it is Armistice Day for a lot of you gits, and Veterans Day for those of you here in the United States. And I wanted to do a little something different for that. So, for those of you that don't know, Old Big Mac is a veteran of the United States military, specifically the Coast Guard. I joined after 9/11, wanting to do something to help my fellow man, and I wanted to save lives, not take them. So I joined the Coast Guard, and I have been medically retired now for almost 20 years, which is kind of crazy to think. But yes, so a veteran here in the United States. So happy Veterans Day to my fellow veterans. That is a very odd thing to say, and it's very awkward to say. And here in the States, there's been this drive to say that and also thank a veteran for their service. And I just wanted to kind of give a little voice to that for those of you who might not be familiar with why that's really awkward as a veteran, especially one that served overseas in time of national crises and war. Yes, the Coast Guard does go overseas. 6 foreign countries? Anyways, I digress. The United States has a very complicated history. Most countries do. We have a really, really complicated one. And things that are told to you when you sign up are different when you get out. And I'm not just talking conflict, though that's obviously a big part of it, but even simple things like going to your base, being told that the water is safe, and then finding out that the water is actually full of cancer-causing chemicals, and now you've got pancreatic cancer as a 30-year-old, right? Those kind of things happen all the time in the U.S. military. So when people say thank you for your service, it can come across and just kind of pull up a bunch of really weird feelings for veterans. So, you know, I think if you really want to honor a veteran, if you really want to thank them for their service or anything like that, just have a conversation with them about what it was like and prepare for that conversation to be a little dark and be a little deep. That being said, this here is a Warhammer channel. That's what we're here for. But I also know that a great big percentage of you guys actually are veterans, not just in the United States, but also, again, overseas. And again, it's Armistice Day or Remembrance Day for the rest of the world. What I wanted to talk about a little bit was actually my artwork. So I I did some artwork when I was in the military. This is actually from my basic training for my boot camp. I designed this whole thing. Got Coast Guard flag on one side and the little emblem here on the other sleeve. And then, yeah, hand drew the art here of the drill instructor being a total badass. Because that's what you do when you're a dumb teenager or young 20-year-old kid doing stuff in the military. But yeah, so I started doing some artwork when I was in there. In fact, let me show you this too. That was the ship I commissioned. I did that line artwork. So yeah, so when I do October things or Red Squig or whatnot, it comes from literally decades of doing artwork for all sorts of really random, crazy, different things. But yeah, so that is hey meaty, yeah, it is, isn't it? Like, this is pretty cool. This was one of the cooler ones. It was funny when I was in boot base training. They had in the shop where you could buy your gear. They had lined on the walls like all of the best ones over the years, and the DIs, the drill instructors, they would buy the shirts obviously for their own ones, but also for the ones like that they just thought were cool. And this was definitely one of the most popular ones at that time. Oh, what was that? I missed that in the chat. My biology teacher was in the army during the 80s, deployed in Bosnia. It looks like an egg. Oh man. Hey, howdy to the Netherlands. Yeah, it's service is weird. Service is very, very weird. I actually wanted to do a whole video today on disabilities and hobbying, but I've done one before on kind of some of the tools that I use and things like that. And honestly, it's a little hard to do. It's a little hard to get out. For those of you that don't know, I am permanently and totally disabled from the military, from military accident. Super long story, super short. Basically, fell out of a helicopter onto a ship and fractured everything. I've had multiple surgeries, and my nerves are all out of whack. So this hand in particular does not work very well, which is why I try playing guitar all the time, because that is like the best hand and finger therapy. It's definitely what my occupational therapist and physical therapist want me to do. I need to play more. But yeah, and then like painting with the sand. So fine finger motor control is all really important stuff. So yeah, if you guys are interested in doing a video on how to hobby with disabilities or things like that, or just have a conversation with it, because I know, again, just from talking to a lot of you on these live chats and things like that, that, you guys have things too. And yeah, definitely, here to talk about it and help get us through. And obviously, we talk about mental health all the time. We do this hobby to get away from the horrors of reality. But yeah, I just wanted to do kind of a quick little thing on Veterans Day / Armistice Day / Remembrance Day. And I just couldn't quite figure out how to get it into the regular video without it being weird, and ended up reshooting it like 3 times, and then finally just like scrapped it and was like, all right, we'll throw up a quick little live one to talk about that, and then we'll do the regular video, which will be uploading right after this is done. But yeah, if you guys want to see a fresh video, a fresh take on hobbying with different kind of physical limitations, I'm happy to do that. In fact, I here in person, a number of the guys I play with and am friends with are also military vets and also have various maladies, and we all have different tools that we use and different techniques and things like that. So it'd be kind of fun to get anybody involved that wants to do that, and we'll put something together, see how it goes. All right. Yeah, so before I sign off, does anybody have any questions or just want to say anything about Veterans Day? Otherwise, I'll make this one short and sweet and get you your regular video coming right up. Give everyone a second to do their typing. What else is going to show? It's yeah, that's it. Anyways, all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to this quickie little live one. And yeah, happy Veterans Day. Again, odd to say. But yeah, thank you for serving, those of you that have served. I hope that you have found peace with your service. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, absolutely, George. Lest we forget, it's crazy the things going on in the world right now, and I think that makes it so much more difficult. It's one thing when there's times of peace. I think it's a lot easier to be at peace with what you have done in the past, and then in times of conflict it brings things back up, and there's definitely a lot of conflict all over the world right now. So yeah, but yeah, very respectful Remembrance Day to all. I like that. That was very well put. And yeah, everyone, I hope you have a great day wherever you are. And yeah, I'll put the regular video up. It'll be uploaded here as soon as YouTube is done processing it. And we'll catch you in the next one. So until then, log on. How to make it stop? There we go.